For Camilla? Yeah, I think it was a little tough that she was in foul trouble, but we tried to look for as best as we could, and I think she finished well when she was in there and had the opportunity down the stretch.
What's that for on your right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a step forward. Obviously, things that we can get better at, things that we know we can be, we were better at. I think just we got to stay together. It's tough.
What just happened in Chicago? That's what fans were asking, jaws dropped, after one of the most shocking meltdowns in WNBA history. Angel Reese, yes, the same Angel Reese who's been hyped up as the face of the league, just dropped one of the worst performances of her career. And to make things worse, she didn't own it. Instead, she pointed fingers at her coach. After a brutal 79-52 loss to the Indiana Fever, fans expected accountability. What they got? Excuses. This wasn't just bad basketball. Let's be clear, the Fever didn't even have Caitlin Clark playing. That's their offensive engine, their floor general. And still, they ran Chicago off the court. The Sky put up just 52 points. That's not just a bad night. That's the lowest scoring output by any WNBA team since 2011. We're talking historic levels of failure. Fans in the building weren't even born the last time the Sky dropped this few points. That's how deep this collapse goes. So, what went wrong? Well, let's start with Angel Reese, the so-called future of the franchise. In 26 minutes, she scored 4 points. Just 4. That's it. Sure, she grabbed 12 rebounds, but when your team is down by nearly 30, rebounding isn't enough. Her minus 20. That means when she was on the floor, her team got outscored by 20 points. That's not just not helping, that's hurting. But here's where it gets weird. Instead of facing criticism like any top draft pick or rising star would, the blame instantly shifted to the coach. Tyler Marsh suddenly became public enemy number 1. Social media exploded, with fans calling for his firing. They said he didn't put Reese in the right positions, didn't make the right adjustments, didn't have the right schemes. They said the system failed her. But let's be honest, if you score just 4 points in a full game, you can't blame the system. That's not about schemes. That's about effort, focus, and execution. That's about being ready to step up when your team needs you most. Angel Reese wasn't. And that's the truth a lot of people don't want to hear. Even Camilla Cardoso, Ariel Atkins, and Kia Nurse, they all struggled that night. Nobody scored over 10. It wasn't just one bad quarter. The Sky fell apart from start to finish. But Angel Reese stood out the most because she was supposed to be the player, the one you build around, the one who rises when the lights get bright. Instead, she disappeared and then turned around and let her coach take the heat. And yet, while Marsh is being shredded online, something doesn't add up. This is the same Tyler Marsh that Candace Parker, one of the most respected voices in the WNBA, once called one of the best coaches I've ever played for. He helped mold Jackie Young's shooting game in Vegas. He's not some rookie making it up as he goes. He's a legit developer of talent, which begs the question, is the problem really with the coach, or is it with the player? Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Reese's performances have been underwhelming. For all the talk about her being a double-double machine, it's becoming painfully clear she's struggling to transition from college dominance to professional consistency. And instead of grinding harder, some people are starting to notice she might be more focused on her image than her game. Seriously, ask any fan what they remember most from that game. Was it her 4-point stat line? Or was it her winter-themed pre-game outfit that made headlines? She walked into that arena like she was stepping onto a runway. Perfect hat, perfect boots, fur-lined gloves, everything coordinated to a T. But the question people are asking is brutal. Does she spend more time planning her wardrobe than sharpening her basketball skills? That comparison may sound harsh, but it's not coming out of nowhere. Some fans are literally comparing her to Frank Lucas's wife in American Gangster. You know, fur coat shining while the empire's crumbling beneath.
Caitlin, I saw you having a long conversation with the official. Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul, and what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know. If either Angel gets wide open 2 points, or we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
The look was flashy, but the performance? Flat. And fans are noticing that disconnect. It's becoming hard to ignore. Here's the problem with all this. The spotlight can make or break a player. Angel Reese has the talent. That's never been in doubt. But talent without focus, without leadership, without results, that's a recipe for disappointment. And right now, it looks like she's more invested in building a brand than leading a basketball team. The WNBA wants stars. The media crowned her early. But the crown doesn't come with immunity. You don't get to be the face of a franchise when your play says otherwise. And blaming a respected coach like Marsh after a humiliating loss? That doesn't make things better. It just makes it obvious. Reese isn't ready to be the leader everyone hoped she'd be. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, the comparisons start flying. Supporters of Angel Reese are now trying to spin her struggles by calling her the WNBA's version of Dennis Rodman or Andre Drummond, elite rebounders who weren't known for scoring. But let's not kid ourselves. Rodman was one of the greatest defenders in NBA history. Drummond, for all his flaws, could still give you double digits with ease. Reese? She's not locking anyone down. She's not scoring. And on nights like this, she's barely even visible. Fans can try to twist the narrative all they want, but the facts are the facts. More rebounds than points in your WNBA career is not the badge of honor they think it is. It's a warning sign. And when your fans spend more time comparing you to defenders from the 90s than discussing your actual impact on the court, that's not praise. That's desperation. Now let's talk about the accountability gap. Every star in every sport gets criticized when they underperform. That's just part of the job. But for some reason, Reese is being treated differently. Why? Is it because she's still young? Is it the fan base? Is it the hype machine around her? Whatever the reason, the double standard is glaring, and it's not helping her. Shielding a player from criticism doesn't build greatness, it delays it. Just look at how other rising stars in the WNBA responded to rough starts. Jackie Young had her growing pains too, but she took the hits, worked on her game, and came back stronger. Now, she's an all-star because she put in the work. Reese, on the other hand, seems to be doubling down on her off-court presence while the on-court product continues to slide. And if that keeps up, she's not going to be the next big thing. She's going to be the next big disappointment. And here's where things take a serious turn. We've now hit the point where some fans are placing literal bets on when she'll miss her first shot of the game. Think about that. This isn't trolling anymore. It's becoming part of the culture around her. Entire compilations are being made online showing her missed layups, her failed drives, her lack of finishing. That's not stardom. That's mockery. And it's not like this is new. 7 games into the season, and already her supporters are blaming yet another coach. Last year, Teresa Weatherspoon was the scapegoat. She got fired. This year, Tyler Marsh is in the crosshairs. But the constant is Reese. At what point do we stop pointing fingers outward and start looking inward? At what point do we say, okay, it's not the system, it's the player? Because here's the harsh truth. The WNBA doesn't need another celebrity. It needs ballers, leaders, people who show up when the lights get bright. Angel Reese has been gifted platform after platform. And the damage isn't just to her reputation, it's to the team. The Chicago Sky are crumbling under the weight of a media circus. While Reese struts in pregame with designer boots and matching gloves, the scoreboard is telling a very different story. 79-52. That's not just a loss. That's a humiliation. And blaming Tyler Marsh doesn't fix anything. It just hides the real problem for one more day. At some point, Reese has to decide, is she in this to win, or is she just here to be famous? Because one more blowout like that, one more night where the stat line reads 4 points and -20, the media won't be able to save her. and neither will her fans. If Angel Reese wants to be remembered as a franchise cornerstone and not a trending topic, the time to flip the switch is now. The question is, will she?